I'm going to link this article in the description of the video, which is done by Marvel Snap Zone. But basically, they've compiled a lot of questions and answers from the developers that is taking place on the Discord server that Marvel Snap runs. And in this article, there is a link to that server. And I think this is coming behind all of the discussions with the changes to pools 4 and 5, which we're going to talk about. And more importantly, we're going to talk about the only bundle that is in the data mines, rather, that I'm going to consider for this month. And we're going to get to that. First things first, we did an entire video about this already, but on the 31st of the month, cards are going to start shifting from Series 5 to 4. And right here, we've got Super Skrull, Shuri, Black Panther, Valkyrie, and Bast are going to be going from Series 5 to Series 4, which means they will now cost 3,000 collector tokens, and they will appear randomly in collector reserve boxes at a rate of 1 in 40 collector reserve boxes will have a random pool 4 card or Series 4 card. Cards that are moved from Series 3 are going to be She-Hulk, Absorbing Man, Titania, and Luke Cage. And we're going to talk about what that means if you're pool 3 complete and how you're going to get these cards, what's going to happen when you pull that 1 in 4 collector token box that would have been a pool 3 if you currently are pool 3 complete. So these questions are all answered. We're just going to go through them. And again, big shout out to Marvel Snap Zone. This week's questions. How does downgrading to pool 3 affect token acquisition? So Ben Brode says, all players open 100 tokens. The 200 to 600 boxes are the fallback when you have all Series 3 unlocked. So in this case, you get a card instead of tokens until your Series 3 complete again. So 1 in 4 boxes, collector reserve boxes, issue out a new pool 3 card. If you don't have any pool 3 cards, because you have all of them, instead of getting that pool 3 card, you get a random amount of tokens as described there. So when those other cards get moved from pool 4 to pool 3, when you get that 1 in 4 box that awards a normal pool 3 card, you're going to get that instead of the token. So you could say, in theory, the way that you could look at it is that the cost of these cards right here are dropping from 3,000 to 400 because you're not going to be getting the on average 400 tokens that you would have gotten if you were pool 3 complete. So that's just one way of looking at it, right? All right, let's keep going. What if I don't open my collector reserves until the 31st of January? Will my unopened reserves get updated with new chances after the patch? Yes, that's correct. We only pre-split and post-token collector reserves. We're likely to change boxes, generate their contents when you unlock them, but we don't do that now. So what I'm thinking about doing on that is that, I'm looking at these series drops from Series 4 to Series 3, and I pulled She-Hulk already, I pulled Luke Cage, and then I purchased Absorbing Man. I do not have her. So in theory, if I save 4 collector reserves on the day that this update happens, I could open those 4. Each one of those boxes, those collector reserves, have a 1 in 4 chance of pulling her. So maybe I'm going to save. My plan is to save like 8 collector reserves. So on day 1 that they drop to Series 3, I'll get her and then I can play her, right? So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do because that's the way it's going to work. Okay. If I pin a card in the token shop and it gets downgraded, will the pricing adapt? Or will I need to unpin it and cycle through? The pricing will adapt. With so many new cards and variants and new cards confirmed to be dropping, will the variant shop ever expand to more than 6 cards? And they said, our plan to make the variant shop smarter instead of larger. We will share more in the future. I don't plan on buying the Pro bundle. Is there a way to hide it? We plan to move move it to the bottom of the shop in a future update. So what the Pro bundle is that $100 offer, which a lot of people thought was a bit pricey, which gives you 12,500 credits. That is going to be there indefinitely. It's going to be there forever, and they're eventually going to move it to the bottom. Now, that is a discount if you're buying gold. Like if you just spend $100, $100 on gold, you'd only get 10,000 credits by doing it that way. So you do get an additional 25%. So that's just the only way to look at it, really. For those curious, my sharing with the issue was Orca. So Orca was a card I believe that was supposed to be Pool 4, but it didn't make it. And now Orca is in Pool 4. Interesting card, ongoing, +5 power, if this is your only card here. So it's in the vein of like Namor. The card was not marked as collectible. So if you purchased him, he wouldn't actually show up in the collection. I believe we fixed it and added the unit test so we don't have this bug occur in the future with other cards. Okay. This is super annoying. It's kind of a dirty thing to do. But I believe optimal gameplay right now, currently Marvel Snap, is if you're going to snap, you wait until the very, very, very end and you snap at the very end of your turn. It creates this situation where your opponent is put at a disadvantage because they don't have a lot of time to make up their mind. Snapping at the last second of the turn time is often optimal because it limits your opponent's time to react. It also prevents your opponent from changing their play if they already pressed end turn. Is the team planning on addressing this strategy, or is it intended? And then their response is, it's apparently quite technically challenging to allow players to unend their turn, but we agree that would be a great solve for this. We'll keep trying to see what can be done here. All right, then will future bundles have collector tokens? Because in the past, the only bundles that I thought were of good value and that I recommended were the ones that cost gold that included collector tokens. And I recommended people like saving gold for those bundles. And now people are starting to wonder, are they ever coming back? And because I think people have now gone to hoard gold, which I don't know which doesn't make sense to hoard gold if they're not going to have these bundles. Are those bundles going to be a one-off thing? And then we're going to talk about the only bundle that I actually like that is in the data mines. Will future bundles have collector tokens? Also, future season passes have collector tokens. He doesn't really answer the question. I don't know the deets about bundles offhand. So he doesn't answer the future bundles, but I will say that adding tokens to season packs is challenging because it's available to all players, but the token shot and tokens don't unlock until players hit collection level 500. In a way, correctors and boosters convert to tokens by giving players more collection, which gives more tokens. So he didn't really answer the question that we really want to know, is like, will future bundles have collector tokens? I don't know the details about bundles offhand, but we do have some information. And again, shout out to the Marvel Snap people. So they have the 4 bundles here, and I just wanted to quickly go over the 4 bundles. And for me, I'm only going to look at the progress value. The progress value is what I'm interested. If you have a cosmetic value, that's fine. But please understand that 2 of these bundles are really just if you like the cosmetics, which is a subjective thing if you want the exclusiveness, but it's not an efficient use of money as far as advancing your collection. So the main one right here that we've already talked about, made a video about it, is Pro Masterpiece. It's $100. It gives 12,500 credits, which is a premium to the amount that you would get if you just spent $100 on gold and then use the gold by buying all the credits and all the refreshes, the mission refreshes, where you would only get 10,000. So you get 1,200, 500. Now, what's interesting about this, that will, if you're in Pool 3, that's going to accelerate your Pool 3 advancement, and then it also gives you random boosters. So if you want to get through Pool 3 faster, that'll help you do that. Again, it's $100. But if you're already done with Pool 3, what you're really looking for is collector tokens, and I don't think you're gonna get a Pool 4 card or a Pool 5 card out of pulling out of the tokens because the drop rates are low, 1 in 40 and 1 in 400. But if you're just looking for collector tokens, you're gonna get not a lot, anywhere from 2,500 to maybe about 3,000 somewhere, because it's randomized now. So the thing is that you're basically buying like half of a Pool 5 Series 5 card for $100. It is what it is. Anyways, so that's that offer there. I'm not going to be buying that. And then we've got Primal Masterpiece and Dino Sized, and these are largely cosmetic. And if you like them, that's fine. But the value as far as progressing your collection is not there. You're better off just spending the gold on credits and refreshing the missions than doing that. And then the one that I'm going to be buying is the Festival Fireworks, which is a Jubilee offer. It actually has for $5, 500 gold and 500 credits. It's worth it just right there. Plus, you also get Jubilee. So this is going to be the bundle that I'm going to buy. Festival Fireworks Bundle Rewards, 500 credits, 500 gold. You get 600 Jubilee boosters, and then you're going to get a Jubilee Lunar New Year variant. Maybe you care about that, maybe you don't. And then also the avatar. There is the variant. Actually, I kind of like that. And let's see if we can find the avatar. I don't know if the avatar is here, but it is what it is. Like I said, cosmetics don't really motivate me. Maybe you like cosmetics. I, of course, appreciate cosmetics when I get them for free. But I feel like this game overvalues their cosmetics, their exclusive variants, and I'm not willing to spend money or gold or anything really for something that looks a little bit better. In general, the art in this game is really amazing, with the exception of pixel variants. Those are trash. Some people like them. I don't get it. All right. Will cards released in Series 4 also get the first edition badge? No. Okay, Black Panther will go into Series 4 next month. And then he kind of indirectly answers this question. He doesn't really directly answer the question. Can we expect the other season cards to get the same treatment? Basically, every season pass card from Series 4 to 3. And he says, yes, Silver Surfer will follow the same path next month. So dropping into Series 4 is going to be Black Panther. And then next month, Silver Surfer, which is in Pool 5. That's the other thing I buy. I just want to back up a little bit. I also think the season pass is worth it. So I'm going to be buying the season pass. I buy it every time. And then I'm going to buy that $5 Jubilee offer. That's fine. Will the season passes cards get the first edition badge if you get in the pass? Yes. Since you're already developing controller support, considering porting the game to consoles. Interesting, right? He says, it's something we're considering. Is there an end date to the Pro bundle? No. Do you guys plan on adding a special animation to Thanos? Yes, they do. And they talked about that. And they actually said that they're going to hold on to Thanos and Galactus maybe a little bit longer in Pool 5 Series 5. They said that they were special. And so I've said this many times before, but I actually kind of regret getting Thanos. I wish I would have gotten Galactus. And now I'm actually thinking about getting Galactus because of that. All right. So and we've talked about this in another video, but I think it's worth talking about again. For clarification on how the new 200 to 600 token system will work in Reserve, will it be you always gain 400 tokens over each bucket of 10 caches, or does it mean you should have on average? And he says, no, it's the latter. Basically, it's on average. It's the latter. For example, we take 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and shuffle them up. I think we actually take multiples of them. So there might be 2 or 3 copies in there. So if they drop 4 boxes, then you have averaged exactly 400 tokens after 32 or something boxes. So it's a numbers game. And I feel like the reason why they're doing that is that they want you to get that dopamine hit when you hit the 600. You're like, yes! I know I did the other day. Anyways, were there any interesting iteration core gameplay that you were playtesting early on? Yeah, we tried equipment mechanic. You could equip with characters for a while. That it wasn't good. We tried so many versions of bluffing mechanic. We tried a lot of face down card designs. There were more things, but I'll probably do a video at some point detailing them all. Cool. Is there ever going to be an option to select the rarity for each card in the deck as hard code? And they said they've been talking about it, but it's not a priority. Any new signature variants like the Nick Fury? And they said that would be cool. It sounds like they don't have plans to do that, but they might do it again. I actually think that's pretty good. And as far as season pass cards, I kind of feel like he's the only one that is not that great. All so far, up until now, we've had all these season pass cards like Black Panther and Silver Surfer, Zabu, and Wave, and I think Thor and Daredevil. I could be missing some. I don't remember. But the only one that is very mediocre, in my opinion, was Nick Fury. So it's kind of sad. And so that does it for the day. Tell me, let me know what you think about all this. My plan going forward so far with this game, as far as monetization, is I'm not really going to wail on it. I mean, I'm going to buy the season pass, and I'm going to buy the bundles that I think are a good value. So I'm going to buy that $5 Jubilee bundle, which is a proper microtransaction, in my opinion. I'm a fan. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.
Go crazy, berserker. Show them.